Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. It was a rain curtailed day at Leeds, raining most of the day, but we got one session, and that was an incredibly entertaining session of cricket. What a test match it's been, and yeah, the crowd who stayed back, who stayed through the rain and everything, showed their patience. They were rewarded with some exciting cricket in that last session post tea. Australia getting all out for 224, an incredible innings from Travis Head. He was absolutely outstanding. AB Unstoppable has joined us. Hi, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button. But yes, a really good session of cricket. मतलब पूरा दिन बारिश हो रही थी लेकिन जब क्रिकेट शुरू हुआ it was brilliant. It was thoroughly entertaining and बहुत मजा आया. Woakes was outstanding. He picked up the wicket of Mitchell Marsh, that important wicket. Mitchell Marsh looked with best batter on this pitch. Uska wicket liya, and then uske baad Carey, similar dismissals. They're trying to leave the ball. One took the glove, the other one took the bails. It was really good bowling. He was persistent with his line in length. I felt England, the way they bowled to Carey and Mitchell Marsh, they should have applied that to Travis Head. I know Travis Head को थोड़ा सा weakness है short ball के साथ, लेकिन they tried to pepper him too much, and then he knew what was coming, and उन्हें भी उड़ा दिया काफी छक्के and चौवे. तो उस हिसाब से I think they should have been a bit more because the conditions were really good to bowl in, and they did make the most of it, England. But I think against Travis Head, the plan should have been a bit better. हाँ, इंग्लैंड जीतेगी, इंग्लैंड जीतेगी बोल रहे हैं आप. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it started off with a few wickets, but then Travis has got stuck in. He hit Mark Wood for a few sixes. Usko Woakes ko bhi mara, and yeah, it was really good batting from him. He batted really well with the tail. He was clearing the boundary. I felt the way he was finding the gaps also. जो चौके भी जो मार रहा था Travis Head बहुत अच्छा था. He was finding the gap, timing अच्छी थी. He played with the field and got Australia to a competitive score. I think 250, it's anyone's game. Although England have started really well now, 27 for 0 at the end of day's play, and they should be looking to win this. Slight favorites, I think, England at this stage, but a couple of wickets here and there, pressure will start building, ashes on the line. Pura mahol change ho sakta hai. Kal bhi dekhna padega weather kaisa hai, mahol kaisa hai. If the sun is out, then it'll be better for England. If it's overcast, like we saw today, then it'll be better for the bowlers for Australia. I felt. The way Stuart Broad came in and then wrapped it up, that was really good. Good call from Ben Stokes because he pitched it up a bit more. He was really good against the tail, and then he got the wicket of Travis Head as well. So really good bowling from Stuart Broad to restrict Australia to 250. 251 is now the thing. कल बारिश होने वाली है बोल रहे हैं. ये भी अनस्टॉपेबल. मैं अभी प्रेडिक्शन तो देखा नहीं फोरकास्ट कल का, लेकिन अगर बारिश हुई and overcast हुआ तो फिर Australia is still in this game. You can't really यू कांट काउंट देम आउट येट. ठीक है, लाइक 25 रन खा लिए अभी, लेकिन एक दो विकेट की बात होती है, पूरा चेंज हो सकता माहौल यहाँ पे. तो 3 बजे के बाद थोड़ा सा बारिश दिखा रही है. सो द गेम विल प्रोबब्ली स्टार्ट 10 o'clock like that. We should get a couple of sessions before the rain starts. तो वो भी बारिश उतना तेज नहीं दिखा रही, तो देखते हैं क्या होता. But we still have enough time. The way this game is moving, बहुत टाइम है अभी. डे 4 अब होने वाला है कल, फिर उसके बाद डे 5 भी है, तो रिजल्ट तो आ जाएगा मेरे हिसाब से. बस यही है कि कल अगर बारिश नहीं हुई तो कल ही आ जाएगा. अगर कल हुई तो फिर डे 5 को आ जाएगा रिजल्ट आपका. Ibrahim Wasing, Afghanistan thrashed Bangladesh in second ODI. Yeah, and there's a lot of tweets going around. Don't underestimate Afghanistan, especially in subcontinent conditions. They are improving as a team. They played in a lot of major world tournaments now in the last few years. They're learning a lot from it. तो मेरे हिसाब से अफगानिस्तान एक डार्क हॉर्स हो सकती है. They can upset a few teams in the World Cup. भाई मैं इंडिया में रहता, I am गुजरात. क्या बात है, केम छो मजा मा, how are you? I know quite a few people from Gujarat. मैं तो originally हैदराबाद से हूँ, लेकिन nice to meet you, sir. Hope you're doing well. मैं actually वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप जब कवर करने गया था लंदन में, वहाँ पे काफी गुजरात के लोग मिले मुझे. वहाँ पे तो स्टेडियम ग्राउंड पे, ओवल पे, तो वो भी क्या है, ढोकला ये सब चल रहा था वहाँ पे. There's a big Gujarati crowd there in London. लेकिन हाँ, अगर मैच के हिसाब से मैच की स्थिति देखें तो अभी इंग्लैंड स्लो आई थिंक स्लाइट फेवरेट्स आई थिंक द वे दे बैटेड डकेट एंड क्रॉली शोड अ लॉट ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस दे लेफ्ट द बॉल वेल एज वेल और जब मारने का बॉल था वो मारे दे गोइंग 5.4 रन्स इन ओवर तो बैस बॉल रुक रहा नहीं एंड दे आर बीइंग कंपेटिटिव इवन विद दिस अप्रोच व्हिच इज हाई रिस्क they are still being competitive England in this series but now it's all about getting that result because अगर नहीं जीते ये गेम तो फिर पूरे बैकलैश इन लोग पे पड़ेगा बहुत क्रिटिसिज्म होने वाला है सवाल बहुत उठने वाले हैं कि कैसा कर सकता है ऐसा ऐसा and all that so they have to make sure that they get to this target and win this game make it 2-1 and go to Old Trafford and try to equalize the series yeah, like I said, from England's point of view, despite no Robinson, I think they've done a really good job with Robinson. There, if they had that extra bowler, I think they could have bundled Australia out a bit earlier. Jaldi khatam kar sakte the kaam, lekin they had a one bowler less that put more pressure on Mark Wood. It put more pressure on Stuart Broad, on Chris Woakes as well. But I think Chris Woakes coming back after a while, he's bowled really well. Proper accuracy. अगर आज भी आप देखें उसका line in net impeccable. Batsman को पता नहीं चल रहा था कि भाई ball छोड़ूं या खेलूं and उस हिसाब से लाइक बहुत अच्छी बॉलिंग थी उसकी एंड या मार्को थोड़ा सा पिट गया था लेकिन फर्स्ट इनिंग्स में तो इनक्रेडिबल था पेस इज पेस बॉस आई लव विराट कोहली so do we have you seen the West Indies squad for the first test yeah I had a quick glance at it I saw that yesterday at night I think I saw that squad and that series is starting soon I think in 4 or 5 days we'll have the first test between India and West Indies we'll preview that as well I think 12 को है शायद पहला टेस्ट मैच the Indian team have traveled to Dominica. I think Dominic, what is it called that place? And they will be playing their first test match over there. एयरपोर्ट के भी फोटोज ये वो आए थे रोहित शर्मा विराट कोहली इन लोगों के तो वो भी कवर करेंगे अभी फिलहाल तो इट्स ऑल अबाउट द एशेज इट्स गोना बी अ थ्रिलिंग डे फॉर एंड ये सीरीज का यही खास बात है कि भाई हर मैच इज गोइंग डाउन टू द वायर आपको पता नहीं चल रहा है लास्ट डे तक कि भाई कौन जीतने वाला है किसका पड़ला भारी है कौन आगे है इसमें लाइक अभी भी 50-50 है आई वुड से मे बी 51 50 55 इंग्लैंड्स फेवर जस्ट बिकॉज 220 more to get 10 wickets in hand लेकिन like I said एक दो विकेट इधर उधर पूरा मोमेंटम शिफ्ट हो सकता है ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए टॉड मर्फी विल हैव टू कम इनटू प्ले आप देखिए मोइन अली जिस तरह से बॉलिंग किया देयर इज समथिंग देयर फॉर द स्पिनर्स द विकेट विल बी अ बिट ड्राई स्पेशली इफ इट डजंट रेन टुमारो एंड दैट विल हेल्प द स्पिनर एंड टॉड मर्फी विल हैव टू hold his nerve and bowl with some accuracy I'm sure they will miss Mr. Nathan Lyon लेकिन फिर भी Todd Murphy will have a big role to play. So will Cummins, Boland, and Stark. Boland, I know he is very accurate, but England have found a method against him. They're trying to hit him out of his line and length, and maybe he has to do something a bit different. And today Cummins भी थोड़ा सा पिट गया 2 overs जो डाला उन्हें 16-17 रन दे दिया. He also, but he's a wicket taking bowler. He is a class bowler. I'm sure he'll fix it up tomorrow. And that's also the occasion. I think that जो last match में जो Ben Stokes ने पारी खेली उसके बाद it's caused some tiredness in the Australian legs. It's caused some issues with them. Now they will be stressed even if they pick up wickets that Ben Stokes is coming to bat. So that innings in the last game and then the innings here is proving crucial to keeping England in the series. अगर आप पहला इनिंग भी देखें ऑस्ट्रेलिया could have easily got a 100 lead, 110, 120 run lead. मगर Ben Stokes की जो पारी थी it took them it cut that down that lead down to 26 and that's why now England instead of chasing 350 they're chasing 250 so Australia will have that playing at the back of their mind as well इमरान मलिक को इंडिया में गिरू नहीं लिया I expect the conditions in Dominica to be spin friendly. Could see Ashwin Jadeja and Axel play. Yeah, it could be possible. In recent times in West Indies, there is a lot of on offer for the faster bowlers. If you remember, Azari Joseph, Kemar Roach, and even Myers, couple of other guys when they played against Pakistan, when they played against England as well at home, they were getting the ball to talk. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of pitches they do. But traditionally, not traditionally, but in the recent past, otherwise, since when India goes there, normally we've seen slow wickets, slow pitches. Lekin, I think the way the West Indies setup is in the last few years, they would probably like some grass on that wicket. If not in this game, then the next game. I will be surprised if there's not much on offer for the pace bowlers because that's West Indies' strength. Aapko like Alzari Joseph in ko dekho, they like hitting the deck. They'll get a lot of lateral movement as well. तो उस हिसाब से वो conditions will suit them a bit more, I think, and it will make India uncomfortable also, right? वैसे pace पे अगर आप खेल रहे हैं तो India will have some questions to answer as well. But yeah, today Travis Head again. We have to talk about him. Incredible batting. They peppered him with the short ball. Uska weakness tha, lekin he was expecting it today. Usko समझ में आ गया था, and he was clearing the boundary. जो लंबा boundary था वहाँ पे भी छक्का मारा उन्हें. Very good control, like I mentioned. Even ground shots जो खेल रहा था with like 8-9 fielders on the boundary, he was still finding the gaps. He was still finding the boundary. A commendable performance from him. He gutsed it out. Australia could have easily been bundled out for 196, 200. Lekin he fought it, took them, gave them that extra 50 runs, and kept them in the game, made them more competitive. Bye bye, sir. I hope you join us again soon. So yeah, it was incredible from Travis Head. Him and Woakes were the stars today, undoubtedly. And I also, there's been criticism about the opening batsmen from England, but I felt they've done a good job. Yes, you expect much more from your openers and in a big series and everything, but in these conditions, especially with these openers who have struggled in the past, uh, to get through a day like this, no loss, and then try to get to 50, 60, no loss, I think they've done their job. And then it's about the middle order coming in and scoring those runs. The reason for faster bowlers getting more assistance in the West Indies is because they have started leaving more grass on the pitches and using the deuce ball as they depend on the fire. Exactly, that's what they've been doing. They're leaving more grass on the pitch. They're using the dew ball, and that is actually keeping them in the game. I think it's because they're someone like a Brathwaite. He plays well in those conditions. If you remember, even in England, he scored I think a century or something like that. He likes playing against the Duke's ball. He likes playing in those conditions, roughing it out, and they're bowlers, so they love those kind of conditions. And I think that's how they should attack India. If you look at it, if you're going to make it a slow, dry surface, Ashwin, Jadeja, and Akshar will rip through you easily. Not to say that the faster bowlers Siraj and these guys won't have anything to say if there is grass on the pitch. They will also make it difficult for West Indies. But I think West Indies' best chance is to attack that Indian batting order. And with that being said, they should put some grass on that pitch, use that Duke's ball to effective. I don't know if they're going to use Duke's ball in this series. If they do, then use it to effect and put pressure on India that way, and then their batters can ride the storm and score some runs as well. And they're getting used to it as well. I think the West Indies team, they understand with the Deuce ball how to play, go about their batting, and stay in the game. It will be a very interesting series, in my opinion. The women's Ashes is going on as well. There's a T20 game going on. There was a bit of a rain delay. But I think they're back on the field now. 155 for 7 and 20 overs. Australia have made. England need 156 to keep the series alive. This T20 match is happening at Lords. It should be a very interesting chase. So do watch this game as well. Plenty of cricket going on, especially in England. There's the NatWest as well. Blast. Lancashire have been out of the quarterfinals. And yeah, the finals day will be in a week or two, I think. So looking forward to that as well. Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going with an England win. Johnny Bairstow, Joe Root, and Ben Stokes to finish it off. It won't be easy. Like I said, Australia will have a say in this game tomorrow. I'm sure, especially if it is overcast when they start, they will get the ball to nip around. They will produce chances. Australia have been good in the slip cordon. They've taken the chances. Alex Carey has been sublime behind the stumps, and that's the thing. I don't think they'll give England an inch. They will make this chase as tough as possible. It might be go down to the wire. England might win by a wicket or 2 wickets, or Australia might even win. So I think all to play for. From England's point of view, they will look to dominate. They will try to chase this down as quickly as possible. They won't be looking to take it deep or anything like that. Yes, if they do lose wickets, you might see a change of approach, but otherwise they will play aggressive. You see today, it was just for 5-6 overs that they had to play, and they still went 5.5 runs in over. West Indies, after Sunil Nayan, Vishu, and Shangford, haven't been able to find spinners to take advantage of transitional conditions that you get in the West Indies. Yeah, they haven't been, and but the thing is, on the positive side, the fast bowlers have come to play, and they have done a fabulous job. The way they beat England in that series, the way they've competed at home, I think they've done a really good job. So I prefer them to play on instead of these kind of slow pitches. I would like them to play on grass, lively pitches. It'll just suit their bowlers a bit more, and their batsmen, like someone like a Brathwaite, has the technique and patience to go through it and weather the storm. And remember, even if they collapse their batting, at least the bowlers will have a shout. I think the strength is their fast bowling. You have to play to your strengths. And India have issues with the moving ball. They have issues on grassy conditions when there is lateral movement. Indian players struggle, whether it's Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill. A lot of people do struggle. So you have to look at your strengths and the opposition's weaknesses and play to that and prepare the pitches accordingly, in my opinion. And that's the best way going forward. Rabbi, talk a bit about today's game. Let me have any questions. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow? Do you see England winning this? Do you see Australia winning this? How are you looking at it? Who's going to be the impact player tomorrow? Who's going to be important uh, in terms of winning this match? I think these should need to bat as long as they can. And then the middle order, Joe Root, again, a lot will ride on him. A lot will ride on Bairstow and Stokes as well. Harry Brook, it'll be interesting to see how he goes about things. He didn't have the best of his innings in the last innings, but if he can get to a quick fire 50-60, it will really help England boost them in this chase. Like I said, I think the weather is clear. The first couple of sessions, it might rain a bit in the towards in the afternoon, late afternoon, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. But hopefully that rain doesn't disturb the game and we get a full match tomorrow. And today also, it was a bit frustrating day, stop start, but I think the way that last session went, it made up for everything. It was an incredible last session. But thank you so much for joining me, Ibrahim Bhai. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Really appreciate it. We will catch you tomorrow. Faiz will join us as well for the for day 4. And yeah, take care, everyone. Have a good rest of the evening.